welcome back to Exoria. Today I've been planting some bamboo saplings and they grow quite high. So let's see if we can just chop them down. Many bamboo sticks. So yeah. I have also prepared a new log pile. This melting copper has reduced our coal inventory quite much, so I made a bit larger area where we can store or use as a coal mine. Today we are going to do different things. One thing is, of course, to find the Foundry, but we are going to go into regrowth today, and that's why we grow the bamboo. So with the charcoal and bamboo we are going to get boreal seeds from the portal, and with that we can try to get some tree saplings. So let's see what we get. First of all, the bamboo I have here, and we need some charcoal. I need to take one of those. Another thing, nutrition, carbs. Carbs is low, but carbs is a great source of carbs is potatoes, but not the ordinary potato. The ordinary potato only give you 0.5% carbs, but if you put it in the oven and bake it, you get a lot more carbs than the normal. So I have been cooking some potatoes here, and they are soon done, and we need a charcoal. Let's see what we get from this. Should you detect the bamboo? We go in and again, yeah, that's it. So let's throw in a bamboo and a charcoal, and we got a boreal seed in return. So let's use the boreal seed here, and it will give us something we can dig through. Podzol. Great. So I'm just emptying my inventory, and then we'll parse through this and see what kind of saplings we get. Well, I've been digging through the podzol and received a bunch of different saplings, apple, orange, pear, and so on, and a couple of seeds. The seeds we can plant to get this actual saplings, but let's see what we are missing. Cherry sapling, mango, and plum. And if we do like this with the, so let's see what we are missing. Then we get the birch, spruce, jungle. Let's pick these up so we get those. Dark oak, oak seed, acacia. What's left? It's the cherry, mango, and plum. So I need to get more dirt and another podzol to give it, or another one of what they call it, the boreal seed. So we need to try once more and get the other saplings. Finally, all saplings are found, and I place them in a small shelf. We'll fix this area up a bit later and then plant it to see them grow. But next up we can perhaps do another task, and that's, I think we can do, I think we'll head for the Foundry. And from all the metals I gathered from the strainer, the only one I seem to be able to process is copper. I wonder if I can construct a device that is able to process the other ores. I also need a heat-resistant clay variant that is able to hold liquids. And then I need a mold crafting station that accepts refractory clay blocks. So 17 copper ingots and 20 refractory bricks. So let's see how those copper ingots are, the nuggets are melting. You can, hello, I made a small feeder for the furnace, and then let's make some of the ingots. So let's make copper ingot. Not that one, that one. Oops. I made all of them. It took some time, but it worked. So that's where the copper ingots. Then we need to make refractory bricks, and refractory bricks are made by refractory clay, which is made by clay and sand. So let's grab some clay and sand. I don't think we need that many. Perhaps like that. Refractory clay. And then we can put them in the, let's wait for this. And make them into bricks. While the refractory bricks are melting, we can see how the wood piles went. This was a 4x4 wood pile, and it yielded how many charcoal? Almost 3 stacks. That's good. Now we have more charcoal to the furnace. I don't know what to do with the ash yet, but it will surely come in handy. How does this go? Yeah, we are on our way. Refractory bricks are done. And let's see what's next. We are going to make the burner heater, melting crucible, and the crafting station. So let's start with the burner heater. What do we need? Melting crucible, burner heater, copper plate. The furnace, we already have one of those, we can use that one. We need 5 copper plates, and I think for the melting crucible we need another one, 9 copper plates, And for the copper crawler, yeah, 9 copper plates. So let's make those copper plates. Grab a hammer. And hammer away. Great. So both of these need this refactoring. So let's make 2 of those, and then the cauldron, copper cauldron, and the melting crucible, and then the burner heater. Now where did I put the... There we have the furnace. And burner heater. There we are. Mold crafting station. There. Another furnace. We need some of those, and we need crafting table as well. So let's make crafting table and a furnace, and then we can make the crafting almost a stone slab. I need a copper hand saw, then I need 2 copper plates more and a pin. So 2 more copper plates, 2 more of those, and we need the saw to make a pin. 1 little pin, and then we can make, I think, the copper saw, and then we can take stone, not clay but stone, and use the copper saw to make a stone slab. A bit tricky. Now then, yes. Now what's next? The last part. The faucet. I think we need grout. Seared brick is made from grout, and grout is made from clay and gravel and sand. So gravel and sand. I have sand, I have gravel, and I have clay already. So let's make some grout, and then let's put it in here, and we are going to get our bricks. Now we have melted all the seared bricks. One problem with these burner heater or the melting crucible is that it has a restriction that says that the block must be in a closed room, of course, but with at least 50 blocks in interior size and at least 64 exposed concrete. So we need to create a new kind of building block, and that's concrete. Concrete is made by sand, gravel and lime plaster. Lime plaster is made by sand and quicklime. And quicklime is chalk dust that you melt, and then you get quicklime. And the chalk dust you get from the strainers, and I made some, and I need to make some more. So while we make the the faucet, we melt that on. So the faucet we can easily make, and there we have the Foundry complete. Detect, great. So the Foundry is complete, but before we can place them we need to make the concrete. So this tells us to make complete stack of concrete, but I think we need more to be able to build this, because we are surely going to place stuff at the ceilings or walls, and that will cover some blocks up. So in order to make it nice looking we need to get some more. So we need to make some of these concrete parts. So the lime plaster, quicklime and sand and water. And water, let's go and fetch some. Do we have some here? No, we need to make some. That's okay. I have some issue with this. Now it seems to work. But it didn't melt the leaves before. I don't know why, but yeah. So how is the quicklime going? I need to make a few of those. Come on. There we go. And we put 16 new in. So 16 at a time makes 4 buckets of 4 buckets of water. And let's bring some of those into sand, and let's make the quick lime plaster. We use this recipe then, and make some more. Let's make lime plaster. Remove the concrete stuff. Lime plaster. There we have the recipe. And in. It's much faster than needing to lay this out by hand. But I think our water is done. So let's fetch some more. And the quicklime is also completed, so let's make a few more of the lime plaster. And our last. There we go. Put the buckets back. And then now we have 64 lime plasters. Yeah, that's will be enough for 2 stacks. So let's place it there. The whole stack. Thank you. And sand and gravel. Hope this is shapeless recipe. Yes, it is. So there we have our 2 stacks of concrete. So then we need to tear down some walls. Perhaps is it nice to have in the ceiling to fill in between these areas? That could be good. Should have some other material there perhaps. Yeah. See how that looks. I'll finish up the walls and some floors, and we take a look how it will look. I will continue with the walls and the floor, and I'll be back in a short while. So the concrete is placed, and now we can place the machines. Closed room. Okay, this is a little glitch. They appear magically and disappear when you try to place them, and there is a restriction. They are in the invisible. So at the bottom we place the burner heater and then the crucible on top, so we can place things like iron inside, and then we can make some charcoal in the bottom and you start to burn. When it comes to this, the different ores has different temperatures, and for iron to melt you need to reach temperature 1800 Kelvin, and I think the lowest is like tin or lead. Silver is quite high as well, so this won't start melting until the temperature is reached this limit. We can then place a faucet on top like that, and then we can have something beneath that will be able to create the ingots or whatever we want to make. The crafting station is used by placing refactoring clay, or perhaps we need to do like this: make a clay block, and then we can do a mold of some sort. So if we would like to make ingots, the ingot mold, you can see that we have a depth of 2. So then you punch 2 times in each of these ones, and then you add some kind of fire source. And if you do anything wrong, just right click to reduce the depth. But let's see what we got. One thing you can remember is to take out the charcoal when you are done, so it doesn't get wasted. So now it starts melting, and we are reaching a bit above 1800 Kelvin, and the more the temperature rises, the faster it's going to melt. While that's cooking, let's check the quest book. We are now ready to do the heavy metal, and we can cast a metal that I have gathered. We will make to have ways to make blocks, ingots and plates for now. So an ingot casting table and plate and block casting table. So let's see what we need to do. Casting table. We need some slab, and we need some ingot mold and refractory bricks. So the recipe for these are quite the same. So if we should do 3 of those, we need to do 3 molds and some things. I will show you the mold process, and then I will skip ahead to the next. Do the other things between. So here we have the ingot mold, and we get some small piece of refractory clay leftovers, So we need to make more refractory clay and to make more molds and to make the casting basins. So I'll do that. So we need to do the clay mold as well, and this is a square 4x4 depth 1, and the block mold, and that's all the sides punched out. So let's start with the block. Let's pick this one in, and I think I have some, yeah, I have the other one there. So the next step is to make the plate, and that was like this, 4x4, one plate. Remove that one. This, the refractory clay we can use like this, and make more refractory clay. Okay, so let's construct the casting. Let's make the ingot one there, and the plate one, and the block. Great. So, and now we can place this one here and make iron ingots. Even that it's work to do like that, it's a bit tedious. So let's see, what's the next step? Tin plate. They want us to do a tin plate. Okay, tin plate then. Then we need to melt tin. Okay. I wonder if, I think we need to get the exact amount. How many millibuckets is this? 1136. 1136 divided by 144. I need one more to get. I think take that out. 1008. Isn't that 7? Yeah, it's 7. Exactly 7 ingots. And then we can make a tin plate. I have a tin here, and as we will see, the tin or rock will melt at a much less temperature, lower temperature than the iron, but it can't melt until the liquid iron is emptied out. So a few more. $288, 2 more. I think we'll put one in. So now we have 11, soon 11 ingots. This melts much faster, you see, since we can reach over 1800, that temperature will, the tin will melt much faster. So we are going to make a tin plate. How many did I melt? I need to melt some more. Where did you go? Tin. There. There, we got the heavy. And I need to calculate this. It's a bit slow, especially when we do this faster than the wooden hopper will fill. So what do we have left? It's like, how many more would I melt? 1104. What's that? It's 2 more perhaps. Now we get 1136. No, we need some more. And that means we need to use another. Those. 1152. That's 8. We need to calculate this, and then we could make more. I think that you need 16 to make 1 ingot or plate. So each of these, so if I get a full stack, then I think that's a good choice. Or we can do like this if we use like, or is it 8? Perhaps it's 8. Or is, I think it's 9. This must be 9, because if you have like the copper ingots, you use 1 of those and you get 1 ingot. So if I put in 64, that's not divisible by 9. So we need 64, 65, 66. 64. We need 8 more. And that's 72. And that means 8 of them. So you need to be a bit calculating to not get excess liquid metals there. And you need to break this and get them out. So take some calculations. I placed out all the casting tables like this, and we have another quest, channeling all the liquids that requires a casting channel, and we can do this by using the leftover we got from the seared bricks when we used the faucet. And these casting channels can be put if we do like this. We remove these ones and place them 1 level lower like this, and then we put the block one there, the ingot one there, and the plate one there. And then we can use the casting channel and place them on top, and then use our, you can just right click it, and you see a small arrows like this. You can shift direction, so you can steer the flow, and then you can decide if you want to make like plates. Then you right click on the top and on the bottom, and it looks like a small opening there, and then you can use right click and it will fill all the way there. You can also open up like this and get the other one to flow in that direction and to fill that one up. The problem is that you have leftovers here that you need to take care of. And you can of course calculate this correctly and do things that allows you to, I think this is a repeat, so yeah, depending on what you want to do, it can great. Yeah. See if this is another problem. You have things half filled and you need to melt more or they will be wasted. So I think I'll try to clean this mess up. And that sums up today's episode. Until next time, over and out from Exoria.